Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Moa, aka Swedish Whiskey Girl, and today it is Bruichladdich Day on the Islay Festival week, also known as Festival, and I'm doing this video as part of that week. And of course I have now been home 2 days since I was on Islay. I didn't get to visit Bruichladdich Distillery unfortunately, but we lived just down the road from it in Port Charlotte. You might recognise the name Port Charlotte. It is a tiny kind of, I don't know, it's called a village. So it's a small village on Islay, and along the road from Bruichladdich Distillery, which of course also do their peated version of Port Charlotte and their heavily peated version, which is Octomore. We are today going to try the Octomore Islay Barley 10.3. Sits at 61%, 61.3% ABV, and it's non-chill filtered, natural colour, and retail they're around £175. It's always a shame with Octomore. I feel like they're just too expensive for me to buy one, but I will probably buy one day because the ones I've tried so far have been lovely. And I think this one is peated to 114 ppm, which is definitely sounds like a lot considering that your kind of Islay smoke monsters that people usually talk about usually are peated to around 45 to 55%. Not percent, ppm, which is phenols and parts per million, which is how you measure the smoke content. So Octomore is said to be the smokiest whiskey in the world, and I would say don't let that scare you off if you don't like smoke, because I don't feel like they taste significantly, what's that word? Significantly more peaty or smoky than a lot of the other smoke monsters, and usually they have a really nice balance. This has also been matured solely for 6 years, I believe, in first fill American oak casks, which is my favourite cask type at the moment, so really excited to try this. Massive thank you to Cody, who I think got a sample from work for good behaviour, doing something nice or working when no one else could, or something like that, so I'm very grateful he lets me try a sample. But let's start by having a look on the nose. Quite sweet. Like sweet and green apples. Get a bit of honey, a little bit of Dunwich Warehouse. Not getting a lot of smoke on the nose today, but I'm a little bit peat blind sometimes, so I don't know if it's just that. It is intriguing, it's almost like drawing you in. A little bit of pineapple, a little bit of green apple. Quite a big fruitiness. Maybe it's a little bit cold in here as well, because I'm not getting a lot on the nose. Like I'm getting a fair amount, but not this kind of explosive thing. It's also quite coastal, like a saltiness. Salty sea breeze. But let's have a little taste. Sláinte. Quite hot straight away, so I'm probably going to add some water to this. Quite coastal on the palate, a little bit like metallic, salty apples, green apples. Definitely getting more peat on the palate. It's more like a bonfire, slightly salty smoke. And a little bit spicy as well. Almost like a chili ginger spice. A little bit earthy as well, this one. From memory, the other Octomore I've tried has been more juicy and super fruity, but it might just be that I'm experiencing them differently. This one is a little bit more earthy for me than from what I've tried from memory. Obviously, I haven't tried these next to each other. Yeah, earthy, almost a little bit ashy, but still sweet. Let's go get some water, because as usual, I forgot to put it in front of me. and we'll try with a drop of that. I couldn't find my pipette, but I have a little jug here and a spoon. So we'll just take some and then put it in the glass. Here we go. And we'll have a little swirl. Ooh, that did something. It's a little bit ashy on the nose, but now it's definitely something candied. And fruitier and sweeter. And a bit like fudge. Earthy fudge. And a little bit chocolatey as well. So earthy and a little bit ashy on the palate, but definitely opens up with a little bit of water. Yeah, a little bit more chocolatey with the water, I would say. It's almost a bit tricky to keep track of these Octomores because you have this is obviously 10.3 and now you have the 11 point things and then you have the old ones, the 9 point things, and yeah, it's a lot of different batches there, right? Like I said, I usually tend to like them, so one day I'll get a hold of one. I think probably the previous one I tried to this, I had a lovelier experience with. This one's just a little bit too kind of ashy for me. I would have wanted it to be a little bit more juicy and fruity, but that's just my personal taste. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Octomore or Bruichladdich or Bruichladdich. Please put them in the comments here below. If you want to support the channel, I have linked, of course, my affiliate links in the description here below, which is to the Master Malt, the Whisky Exchange, or the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. And as always, I want to say a massive thank you to my wonderful supporters on Patreon. Thank you for being with me on this journey. But I hope you all have an absolutely lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Sláinte Skål!